Hi, so in today's video, I would like to show you this um, MSX from Yamaha that's not common, but it's a really interesting machine. So this machine was released late in the MSX1 life cycle. It is an MSX1 from Yamaha, and most of the Yamaha MSX computers, uh, they're aimed at musicians, but this one was actually more like a machine for mostly for games. So it was part of a series of low-cost MSX1 released around the same time, and that was in 1985, which was um, already in the beginning of the MSX2 cycle, right? So this machine had 32K of RAM, which was, uh, enough to run all sort of cartridges and software, and as well as most of the tape software for the MSX in Japan. And probably the only thing you cannot run here is MSX DOS if you had a disk drive. So again, I guess the target audience for this machine was basically gamers. So it's a very compact machine. It has this colorful cursor key here. This is not part of the machine. It was someone put those stickers here. This is for the celebrating the 1 million MSX sold. It's funny. I had another MSX computer with the same sticker, so I think this was popular back in the day. The keyboard actually is surprisingly good, in my opinion. The action is pretty good. It feels, professional. In terms of, you have some LEDs here for caps lock and power and kind of key. In terms of input output, this machine is very interesting. You have the usual printer port, the cassette port, the power supply, as you can see here. Let me show you. Here, the power supply was external, and it's here. And that was a little unusual for MSX computers because most of them had internal power supply. And then here you have the video stuff like RF, video and audio. And this is the most interesting thing about this machine, in my opinion. It has an RGB output, which is also a little unusual for MSX1. And the reason why this machine, being low cost, has a RGB output is because this machine had a full Yamaha chipset for the MSX, which means that it was using the MSX system, which integrates several different chips from the original MSX into a single chip, very small. And in addition to that, it's one of the very few, I would say probably just a couple that I know, MSX machines that use a Yamaha video display processor. So we're not talking about the MSX2 video that was also created by Yamaha, but we are talking about a video that's backward compatible with the original MSX1 video, the Texas TMS 991828, whatever. And my guess is that Yamaha basically got the core they create for the MSX2 video that had all the MSX1 video modes and basically removed all the MSX2 stuff and kept only the MSX1 modes in this video chip, but one advantage is that it had RGB output directly from the chip. So that's why probably implementing RGB was very easy. Now, the other interesting thing is because is a Yamaha video, and as I said, probably because it was based on the MSX2 video, the colors are not exactly the same as we usually see with the Texas video chip. They look like the colors from the MSX2 in MSX1 mode, which is kind of really interesting. Now, the other interesting thing about this machine is this. You must be wondering, where is the cartridge slot, right? So the cartridge slot actually is here. It has its cover, see? Now, this is not the usual MSX cartridge slot. It has some extra pins here, a few extra pins. And the reason for that is because this machine was designed to be plugged into a expansion box that, if you remember, was called the SX-100 or something. I don't remember exactly. But it's a box that looks like, a computer cabinet. And when you plug that box, you get two cartridge slots at the front here. And, under the box, you have the proprietary Yamaha slot for the FM sound module. That most Yamaha MSX computers had. So it was a low-cost solution. So you could buy this if you need more cartridge slots or whatever. If you want to use the Yamaha sound module, you could buy this box. And actually it looked pretty nice with this thing, because when you put a box, it looks like you have a computer with separate keyboard, because the computer is so small that it looks like just a keyboard, but actually the whole thing is here inside this. So here I have the manual. It's a nice manual, I would say. Simple. It's show how to connect the computer, some introduction to BASIC, some basic reference, but it's a single manual. Again, this is a low-cost computer. So yeah, I guess this is it about the SX-100 Yamaha MSX1 computer. Really interesting machine. The interesting thing is, actually the machine looks, in my opinion, better when you see this in person than through pictures or videos or whatever. For some reason, I don't know why. I was never a big fan of the design, but now having this in front of me here, it actually looks pretty good, I would say, for a simple MSX. Oh yeah, and you have here, yeah, I forgot about this. Of course, the joystick ports. So yeah, nice computer, pretty light. Yeah, of course, because power supply is heavy and it's here. And if you need a basic computer just to play, probably just to play games, this was a nice option. However, I don't think it's sold a lot. It's a rare machine to find now. I have this one. It's complete in box. The box is not here, but I have it. And yeah, I really like it. And I especially like the fact that it has RGB and it looks like MSX2 video, which is kind of cool, I would say. So this is it. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you have more of those in the future.